watching Force 13 Live.
Hello and welcome to Force 13's latest live event. My name is Nathan Foy in the Force 13 HQ, as we like to call it. Here I am, and I'm joined by the Skype team tonight. We're joined by several people. Daniel, hello.
Hello.
Marcel, who's not here. David.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello to everyone.
Yes, Devon's also here.
Hi.
And Lee too. Hello everyone, and thanks everyone for joining us this evening. And obviously the main focus of tonight is going to be, or today, wherever you are, is going to be to talk about what's going on right now in the Eastern Pacific, which is Hurricane Patricia, to put it in 2 words. But Devon will probably give you many more words about this storm right now.
Sure. Well, just to give you a real quick roundup right now, Hurricane Patricia has rapidly intensified into a Category 4 hurricane with winds of 130 miles an hour and pressure of 953 millibars, although it has continued to rapidly intensify since they came out with the advisory at 4 o'clock Central Time, and it has continued to rapidly intensify, and satellite indications may indicate that Patricia has strengthened into a Category 5. Currently, Hurricane Patricia is located 250 miles to the south of Manzanillo, Mexico. It is moving to the west-northwest at 13 miles per hour. Patricia is expected to make landfall in the hurricane-warned area, and I will get to that in a moment. In less than 24 hours is a borderline Category 4 or 5. Hurricane warnings are in effect from San Blas, Mexico to Punta San Telmo, Mexico. Hurricane watches and tropical storm warnings are in effect from Punta San Telmo to Lázaro Cárdenas.
Yeah, the map's up there on your screen as well right now, showing the hurricane warning area. It's quite a large area as well, isn't it? Because the storm is sort of making expected to make landfall on that little curvy bit that juts inland.
Yes.
The
hurricane. This is larger. This is expected to make landfall with winds of 150 miles an hour, but also back and forth.
Another storm.
Yes. The only other storm that has made there's been only 2 other storms that have made landfall at 150 miles an hour and higher. One was an unnamed storm that made landfall in Mexico back in 1959.
Yep.
This is the deadliest storm in Mexican history.
That's right.
Well, maybe not the deadliest.
Does that cover the Atlantic? Maybe not.
That probably doesn't cover the Atlantic.
I'd say it's the deadliest in the East Pac, but
it is. It's deadliest, striking the west coast of Mexico. That made landfall was a Cat 5 160, and then a very memorable storm, Hurricane Kenna, back in 2002, I believe.
That's right. Actually, Kenna formed on this day in 2002. Yes. Well, October 22nd.
It was the third Category 5 hurricane of that season.
Oh, gosh.
And it almost made landfall as a Category 5, but also made landfall as a 150 mile an hour system. Shear and dry air are currently to the north and west of the system, as we'll see later on. Just another interesting comment that I'd like to say is that this storm has been blowing the ship's model out of proportion.
Explain this to the viewers.
Now the ship's model is basically it's just your regular every type model. It's usually a very accurate one. The only one that's typically more accurate is the ECMWF, and I haven't taken a look at any of them. They'll probably be later on the stream as well.
Yeah, of course.
But this model predicts the probability of a certain amount of intensification in 24 hours. And ever since this storm has formed, this storm has had a rating of an 85% chance of a 45-mile-an-hour intensification in 24 hours ever since the storm formed,
Jeez.
which
It's
is
interesting.
unbelievable. The storm is currently over 31 degrees sea surface temperatures.
That's warm.
Shear is underneath 5 knots. In fact,
That's
the
low.
ship's model even says that the wind shear is 0 knots. Yeah, 0, nil. And the dry air is still off to the north and west of the
Well,
system.
look at that. Look at the storm. How would you describe its visual appearance at the moment on that visible imagery?
Very strong.
Ah. Daniel, what do you think?
There's also
Pardon?
What do you think about its visual appearance?
I haven't really been paying attention, I'm sorry.
Ah.
Do you have a picture you can show me? I can't...
Well, if you actually tune into the live stream online right now, you can see
I
it.
haven't done that.
It looks... What would you compare it to, Devon? It looks a little bit like...
If I'm going to compare it to any storm
Kenna.
of recent memory, it kind of reminded me, the appearance of the storm right now kind of reminds me of Hurricane Marie from last year.
I don't really agree with that really very much.
Not the position, just the appearance.
Yeah, I'm not so sure. It looks stronger than Marie, to be honest. But whatever. So when are we expecting landfall?
24 hours. Maybe even less than that.
You think less than that? The NHC's last track map puts it at nearly 36 hours, which would mean it'd be around 28 to 30 now, something like that.
Oh dear.
But there we are.
It's very small, don't you think? The centre of it. Compared
Yes,
to the rest of
the
it.
radius, the outward radius of hurricane force winds only extends out 30 miles from the center.
Yeah.
Marcel, what do you think about the storm?
it's interesting. It's
Sorry,
interesting to note that Patricia wave height is now 40 feet.
Yeah, indeed. Well, it's not the only thing that's going on around the world right now. We're also tracking Typhoon Champy, which is a Category 3 storm. It's wide-eyed as well. I'm going to screen share this to you guys so you can see what I'm showing to the viewers as well. Just so you know what's going on.
We were concerned a little bit about Champy bringing a lot of effects to the island of Iwo 2. It seems to have passed Iwo 2 without producing too much of a hazard.
It looks
And
a bit
now-
squished.
Basically, it's going to be a fish from here on out.
And it's got a huge eye. How big's that eye?
That is a
40 nautical miles. 40 nautical miles,
That's-
according to the
That's
Navy
not,
side.
That's not as big as Atsani, is it? I don't think it was. Atsani had a
Atsani
huge
was nearly 50 knots.
That's
nautical
right.
miles. I'm gonna look for where they
But
have
that really looks like a huge eye to me. But there it is, heading off towards the northeast. It's been a year of big eyes. And small ones as well.
The eye,
Yeah.
excuse me, yeah. As he said, 40 nautical miles. I see 42 nautical miles here.
42.
Absolutely, a very strong system, no doubt about it.
Yeah. Wind speed there was 115 miles an hour still, I believe. Cat 3.
Yes.
Yep. Looking further east, there's this little thing as well, which has apparently dissipated. It was Tropical Depression 26. That's probably gone too far north now, hasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, enough said. Over here is probably what's left of Kopu, which has caused over 43 fatalities in the Philippines, at least, and caused...
Joaquin is no longer the fifth deadliest storm of 2015, then.
Well, there we are, and it caused over $100 million of damages at least. Obviously, those numbers aren't yet final. It may yet rise still more, but what's left of Kopu is all gone. Elsewhere around the world, it's pretty quiet recently, certainly on the
Olaf.
Pacific front. Yeah, Olaf. is active right over there as well, east of Hawaii, as a Category 2, high-end Category 2 hurricane. I'll find some better imagery of that in a moment, just bear with me on that one. And back to the team.
Looks like Olaf might actually be strengthening just slightly.
Somebody's got a question.
Yes, I was supposed to answer some questions on the live stream not so long ago. Go ahead.
Carol Sue May asked, any chance either Champion or Olaf hit in the west coast of USA?
There's Olaf, by the way. One of the models, the ECMWF, I was looking at that one earlier. It was predicting a similar scenario to Oho, actually, but a bit further east, with a storm just past the coast at the Pacific Northwest, Oregon and Washington State, just past to the west of those coastlines. And then I don't know where it went after that, probably to Canada.
New imagery out. Patricia looks even more impressive now.
We'll go back to Patricia. That was Olaf you were looking at, by the way. C-Rex says America, Oregon. Oh my god.
And Hurricane Olaf is now 45 feet. Wave height.
That eye is looking more Wilma-ish.
But
a bit larger.
a lot smaller than that, Sunshine.
But a bit larger, I said. It's like a blown up version of Wilma.
Yeah.
It's a strong storm there.
Like Wilma's big sister. Almost.
Well, certainly got a bigger eye.
Yeah.
This is a very serious storm. In fact, latest, and now this is a new record for Patricia here. Latest raw T number coming out of Simis puts the storm at a, get this, 7.8.
Now, what's the last time we had a 7.8? What can you tell the layman out there what 7.8 is?
Yes, I'm about to calculate what a 7.8 would be. Just bear with me here. That would be 190 miles an hour.
Oh my god, 190 miles an hour. Good lord.
I mean, it's probably not at that strength. Again, this is only the raw number.
Yeah.
The actual number itself has been kept at about 6.0, which is just above 115 knots. So they're probably, it might be that the NHC keeps the thing at 130 miles an hour when they come out with their advisory at 8 o'clock.
What?
Yeah. If the Simis numbers aren't going up, then they're going to keep the storm at a Category 4.
That would not be doing justice to this storm at all. They'd be failing everyone, wouldn't they, Devon?
Yeah, failing a lot.
But I suppose that's what Recon is for, right?
Very impressive, to say the least. This is one of the most impressive. This might be, as far as these rapid intensification storms go, this is probably the most impressive storm that I've seen all year.
Yeah, but but about that Category 4 thing, I suppose Recon might change their mind.
There's no Recon currently in the storm.
Well, not right now, of course. Do we know anything about their schedule when the next plane is expected?
I'm trying to figure that out. I've been trying to figure that out for the past half an hour.
Yeah, it's quite difficult to find out, isn't it? I'll go through some questions first of all.
It says that there's going to be a second flight launched at right now.
Oh, right now. Well, there we are.
Right now was launched.
Some questions then. This one's probably simple enough to answer, but I'll let everyone answer this one. Martinez says, do you think Patricia could become a Cat 5 by the weekend?
Ooh.
Daniel.
I don't know. Maybe.
Excellent sitting on the fence answer. Devon?
Sure.
Marcel?
I am back,
Yes.
guys.
Do you think
But
Patricia...
this is a very dangerous storm. Category 4, very possibly Category 5.
Right, Lee?
Um,
I think it'll be Cat 5 tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning, and that's our
Yes.
time, right, here in the UK.
Yes, our
so,
time, yes, our time, yes.
Where it's pretty cold tonight, actually. It's gone down to 4 degrees Celsius, 39 Fahrenheit.
Ooh.
The second coldest night of the year so far. Well, this
Yes.
fall season at least.
It is good.
Yeah. Any other comments about Patricia?
One thing that can't be
David?
ignored is that the environment for Patricia has been really outstanding,
Yeah,
and we haven't mentioned
We'll
that
take a look
Patricia,
at the environmental conditions
Patricia-
very soon.
Patricia's in the 31 Celsius sea surface temperature.
Yeah.
So, for my position, she's in a very perfect environment.
Yeah. David, you had a question from earlier as well. What was the largest eye, was it?
Yes.
What system has had
In
the
the,
largest eye?
in the current basin in the, what is it, East Pac.
I don't know. Sony, I think, might win there.
That's Westpac.
Oh, East Pacific?
Well,
I think
let's go.
I think that Sony still wins anyway.
Yeah.
Largest eye in the Pacific? I don't know. I don't really follow the Pacific.
Well, Central Pacific at least. Wasn't Ioke rather large
Yeah, I
with
don't
the
know.
eye?
If I'm gonna think of any storms that had a really large eye, Hurricane John,
John.
Hurricane Tina.
Was it Howard? That was an annular storm.
Yeah, Howard.
I don't know much about it apart from that.
I don't think it had that big of an eye though.
She offered the job
Guys.
just to put it's a Cat 5 later
Martinez
tonight.
Julian is expecting to well, Martinez Julian making a good point here is that Patricia's moisture is expected to influence a potentially tropical entity in the Gulf of Mexico. Whether if it will form or not, nobody really knows. But he does say that there could be a major flood problem in Texas and northern Mexico in the next couple days or so. So Cesar should probably pay close attention to this storm.
Here's another late image that you might be interested in seeing. I don't know whether that tells you anything.
Oh, wow. That says a lot.
Looking good. Looking good.
Here's Ram's version of the Dvorak as well. Not so good quality, I don't think, but does that reveal anything to you, Devon?
Oh, good God. There's not very many storms when they're fully developed at this stage get the darkest gray ring wrapped all the way around the eye. That is if you can get that wrapped all the way around the eye,
You've won the game.
That's the signature for the full-on T80 170 knots.
That's not
Can
good.
you bring up the water vapor?
And for you people that don't know, 170 knots that would be 195 miles an hour.
Yeah, I'm just going to bring up a water vapor loop for you now, David, on the floater imagery. Hold on.
Yeah.
I can type. Here it is. This is the floater loop. Water vapor. Dry air well off to the northwest. I don't think that'll affect the storm so much.
Look at how definite the eye is in water vapor. Good
Oh, look
God.
at the blue there, yeah.
And an eye this small, you typically don't see that, but it is prevalent.
No. Oh, no. It's we've been tracking it all day, haven't we?
This is gonna go down as one of the quickest intensifications worldwide. No doubt about it.
Oh yeah, and we were looking at, or at least I was with Craig and other people earlier on today when it was just becoming a Cat 4, and I, you know, at the very beginning of these frames that you're seeing here, that's when I first started to pop up the idea that it might be a Cat 4 already, and now we're looking at Cat 5 here.
Potentially, not confirmed yet by any means.
Not confirmed, but look at it.
Look
at
That's
it.
exactly what I say, but you know
How many Cat 4s have you seen looking like that?
I've seen a lot of Cat 5s that look like that.
Yeah, you bet.
I mean,
Yes,
it just has a very impressive look to it that you just see in hurricanes.
Yeah, all right. Any questions for us, by the way, please let us know on the comments section of the YouTube page right
For
now.
right
Low
now,
in pressure could Patricia go?
It could rival the record of 902 in the Eastpack.
I doubt that.
902. What
Come
year was
on.
that?
That was set by Linda in 1997.
I'll honestly be shocked if this storm gets rated below 910.
And Rick, wasn't that 909 or 908? 905.
I'm pretty sure Rick was 905. I'll take
wow.
a look.
And what happens if Patricia slows
I
down?
I was close. 906.
Ah, we were both wrong. So there we are. With the
If we want to take a look at most intense storms recorded in the Eastern Pacific Basin, here you go. We have Hurricane Linda, that's tops, 902 millibars.
Yeah.
Then Hurricane Rick, second, 906 millibars. Hurricane Kenna, that's
Really?
913 millibars, that's third. And I think it might be rivaling the strength of Kenna right now. Ava and Ioke, both of them getting 915 millibars.
That's pretty good. Both out at sea.
The deadly pair of 2014 storms, Marie and Odile of 2014, 918 millibars. Guillermo of 97, 919. Gilma of 94, 920. Then a three-way tie at 921 millibars between the other two Category 5s in 2002, Elida and Fernan, and Hurricane Celia of 2010.
Ah, yes, Celia.
There are three good questions from the audience. If
you sure?
Nathan,
That's a
Rick
question.
is actually next on the list, apparently.
What's that?
Carrie
population
Genova.
of
Oh yes, Rick's on this year's list, isn't it? That's right.
There's a question from Carrie Jenabel. Nathan, will Patricia be a tap in pressure?
No.
No.
No, it's not going to get any closer. It's not going to get close to tip.
No, the environmental pressure is just way too high. It's 1,009 millibars. Tip reached its record pressure and environmental pressure of, I think, 995 millibars.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was very low environmental pressure. I mean,
But
it was for a storm.
Devon, if you factor in environmental pressure, so you deduct it from the environmental pressure, would tip still win?
Yes.
Um,
Tip larger,
And
stronger than the storm, undoubtedly.
Yeah.
Carrie Genova would also like info. Carrie Genova was also like typing info to form, and now she just posted another question. Nathan, will Patricia beat Linda in pressure?
It's got a chance. Honestly, I think it's got a chance. If it's gonna get 8.0 and it's gonna look like Wilma and it's gonna be a Cat 5 with winds of 190 miles an hour, then it could have a pressure of less than 905, 902. I'm sorry, it might happen.
hello.
Daniel, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say I might get going in a bit because it's a bit late and I need to be up early.
I
would also like to say that the CIMIS imagery is actually looking a lot less impressive than the NHC's imagery when it comes through.
Oh.
And not only that, it's also a half an hour behind.
Ah. Well, there we are.
a question for Devon. What's the population of Mexico? That's from Carol C.
This is like
I'm gonna
a game
I
show.
don't know what the population. Well, most of the population in Mexico is going to be in Mexico City.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make fun of Mexico here, but I
Isn't
know
it
that
like-
a good majority of it is in Mexico City. I would probably say it's ballpark.
Isn't it
I would
like
say
35 million people in Mexico City or something like that?
There's plenty of people.
I think
I would
it's-
say ballpark 50 million.
No,
There's
it's more
two
than
questions.
that. It's more than that.
Nathan?
Hold on
More
a
than
moment. The population of Mexico is, drumroll please, because I'm struggling to get it loaded in time. It's 121 million.
Okay, so double what I just said.
Oh my god. So,
But like I
that's...
said, most of that population's actually clustered right around Mexico
Yeah,
City.
that's right.
If we now, I did the same thing for the Philippines before. So let me get up. I'm gonna seal a screen share here real quick.
Yeah, we'll
Sorry.
talk about, yeah. Marcel, what do you think of Champy?
It's looking very well. Very, very well for the conditions that he
Yeah.
that he are.
Okay, very good.
Just taking a look at this. This is a map of the population density chart of Mexico, and you can definitely see the darkest areas along the Gulf of Mexico coast line here.
Let's speak about the potential landfall area here, Devon.
Right, which is basically right along here.
Yeah.
And taking a look at this, that looks like the third darkest, this province, third darkest color right along there. So that would be 40 to 60 people per square kilometer. And then this one right here, about 20 to 40 people per square kilometer. We'll also note that this area right here is also underneath some of the hurricane watch and warning itself as well, and that's getting up near 100 people per square kilometer.
Yeah, that's a built-up area, isn't it? I just want to point out what those locations are called, if I can, because I'm trying to find that one out. I don't know the province names. I'm just working backwards here. I think it might be Colima, the one that's heavily populated, followed, or maybe not. That might be further. I don't even know. Yeah, I think it's Colima. One of the provinces that is under hurricane warning is Colima.
Yep. I would like to actually take the time right now to reiterate what the hurricane warnings are.
Yeah, go ahead. I've got them.
Hurricane warnings are currently in effect from San Blas to Punta San Telmo, Mexico. Those are hurricane warnings. That means that hurricane conditions are expected to happen within a day's time, 24 hours. So when these hurricane warnings are issued, that means that you need to take all of your preparations and you make sure that they are very near completion or at completion. And if they're not, you need to rush along and complete them.
Yes, that is right.
Hurricane watches. Now, what a watch means is that hurricane conditions are likely in 24 hours. These areas that are underneath hurricane watches are also underneath tropical storm warnings.
Yeah.
So that means that tropical storm force winds, 35 miles an hour or greater, are expected along these areas. And that is from Punta San Telmo to Lázaro Cárdenas, Mexico.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello, Daniel.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go now.
Oh, we saw that one coming. Hello, Cesar. A Mexican.
Goodbye.
Hi. Goodbye, Daniel.
Yes, hi people, how are you?
Cesar, what did you do to make Patricia angry?
Well, maybe I think my behavior is not good for
Clearly.
Patricia.
Have you been following it at all today?
Yes, actually, all the mornings I update and say about that hurricane.
Yeah.
But it really impressed me that Patricia is now a category for hurricane, and well, I'm not sure if Patricia can reach the category 5 status, but man,
I think it already has.
Well, look. All you have to do is look. I mean, there's no confirmation that it's a Category 5 storm, but it looks like one.
yes,
Here you go,
it's
Cesar.
very compact storm.
It looks like one.
And
it sounds like one. It smells like one. So it must be one.
Here you go, Cesar. This is your current image on Hurricane Patricia.
Yeah.
yes, and actually I'm paying a lot of attention of that hurricane because maybe some rain bands can't reach my place.
Those of you who don't know where Caesar lives, where do you live, Cesar?
In Monterrey, in
Monterrey.
state of Nuevo León. Yes.
Can you remind us what provinces are under warnings right now? Because we've forgotten the names of them.
The province of warnings of Patricia?
Yes.
Or what?
Yes,
Let me check.
Hurricane warnings are currently in effect from San Blas, Mexico to Punta San Telmo, Mexico.
Yeah.
Do you know what provinces those cities are in?
Let me check.
Caesar himself
yes.
doesn't know.
Actually, I don't know about my big country. San Blas to Punta San Telmo is from Michoacán to Colima.
That's what I thought. I knew it was Colima.
Yes.
And Colima is a pretty densely populated.
Yeah, that's the dense one, and then it's Jalisco further north, and Nayarit as well.
Exactly, Jalisco. San Blas to Punta San Telmo are expecting hurricane conditions for the next 36 hours.
Not good.
And actually, the track is the track forecast of Patricia. Tell me that is going directly to my place.
Your place?
Saturday or Sunday. Yes.
That doesn't sound good.
No. But I'm not scared.
No, it's not going to be that bad for you, but for other places in Mexico, it doesn't look so good.
Yes, but well, Patricia will only bring some thunderstorms and rain, but nothing comparable to the other that the effects are coming, and they're coming the next day from.
I would like to say that the next time that a Hurricane Hunter aircraft will be actually in Hurricane Patricia will be at 0430 hours.
That's some time away then.
Yeah, this is a good 4 hours from
4
now,
hours.
actually.
Yeah.
5 hours.
5, yeah.
5 hours from now. So
It must be quite a long
that would
flight
be
time, that's for sure.
11:30 Central Daylight Time.
We won't be here then.
Yeah. 11:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time.
Maybe that plane will confirm that I can't
This
fly
means
then.
that there will probably be 2 advisories from the National Hurricane Center between now and then. Although it does have that appearance of a Category 5, I'm going to take a guess and say that the NHC is going to keep this storm at 130 miles an hour, although it looks so much better than that.
130? No.
Actually, Patricia is 130, but it doesn't look like it doesn't look like 130 miles per hurricane.
It just can't be. I mean, come on. It looks better than Joaquin, and that got 150.
Actually, yes.
155?
I think
155.
Patricia.
Keep forgetting the 5.
Actually, Patricia looks like a Category 5 hurricane.
Yeah,
I would actually like to interject here is that there was one Hurricane Hunter aircraft which actually found 157 mile an hour surface winds.
Yeah?
Which is Cat 5, so
Crazy.
you might see Joaquin be upgraded in postseason analysis.
But it won't be.
Yeah, probably won't be. Watch this. Oh, the first Category 5 in the Atlantic in years has been upgraded. You know how angry that's going to be. But hey, there still hasn't been a hurricane. There still has not been a major hurricane landfall in the United States since Wilma. So that is a very long drought, I would like to say.
Yeah.
Not necessarily that long of a drought for Mexico, because just last year they had Hurricane Odile make landfall in Baja California, and now you have this storm, which is expected to make landfall at an intensity that potentially is rivaling Kenna and depending on how much this storm strengthens between now and landfall, it might make landfall at an intensity never before
Oh my
seen
God.
on the west coast of Mexico.
I would agree.
David, go right ahead. I'm sure you've got something to say.
Okay, just viewing the participation from the audience, Carrie has asked the question, how do I become a member of Force 13? And location is Georgia,
Well,
USA.
we don't have any silly membership forms or monthly payouts or anything like that. You can just join the Skype team. That's what we are at the moment. It's mainly only on Skype, isn't it, guys, at the moment?
Yeah.
And the address
we
for
get
Carrie?
we get our technical gurus working on the website as well. Well, I said plural, but actually it's only Jason at the moment. And a few people who help maintain the Force 13's YouTube outlets, particularly Force 13 Extra, which is a branch of Force 13, which is mainly by the team for the viewers and whatever else. But the whole team works on, well, do they? But they're supposed to work on videos on there.
New imagery out on Patricia, and look at this.
Yeah.
Just.
Oh my God.
Better in every frame.
It is. Here is the Dvorak imagery, and you can see the black clouds they're getting there. We're still waiting for what Simus has to say. I'm going to expect that Simus is probably going to upgrade the storm very shortly. I'm pretty sure that.
Oh. Then again, it might look a little bit better because of the fading light there.
I would agree with you if it didn't look so good on infrared as well. I mean, I will say right now that it is sundown here on the east coast of the United States. And don't get me wrong here, but taking a look at this imagery, I think it has started to make its turn to the north.
Making it up, maybe it's still moving northwest at the moment.
Yeah, it's still
had a bit of a jog to the north, though.
but it's certainly jogged to the north at the very least.
Yeah, indeed. Any questions for us, by the way? Just let us know, and we'll reply to it. Open floor on the Skype chat room. Anyone who wants to speak up, go ahead. You don't have to talk about this current storm. You can talk about anything that's on your mind right now.
For the viewers, can you just fire off our addresses, the website, the couple of questions that I've answered Twitter.
Well, the Force 13 website is listed
Yep.
every time I'm on this view that you're looking at right now. It's just beneath me, below all those storm names. You can see the web address and our Twitter handle. It's the same on Facebook, by the way, as well. Just search Force 13, all in text, and you can add me on Skype, Fool13, but that's the numbers this time, so it's FOOL13 if you'd like to add me on Skype. What a fool.
Oh, man. I know this is your favorite imagery here, Nathan.
Yeah, it's looking good. That's my favourite when it's not invisible.
And one question from Carrie. Nathan, can you please make a hypo hurricane contest?
We hypo.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I thought that's what Hypo World was for.
Well, sometimes. Hypo World's supposed to be realistic to a degree. It's supposed to be a hypothetical world that is a good simulator and not a game of Cat 5s.
I'm sorry.
But you don't need to be sorry, because I don't think you've had a Cat 5 yet, have you, in your basin?
I have had 3 Category 4s.
Well, there you are. But hey, there we go.
No, actually, never mind. Cheer It wasn't a Cat 4. That was only a 3.
Oh, there you go. Adana Alice.
Response from
And,
Carey v Hyperworld.
And Kala Davis as well. Also Cat 4.
Jeez.
Kinda did something similar to what Joaquin did.
I suppose it did, didn't it? Can't quite remember it so much anymore.
It kind of just meandered around and then took off to the north and east and rapidly intensified.
There was another question that I cited from Carol Sue. Just going back through the messages.
Whilst you do that, we're going to take a look at some other things now.
I'm handing the screen share over to whoever wants it. So
Yeah,
Hudson,
I'll show the screen share right now because I'll show you guys what the sea surface
Okay,
temperatures
there
look
it is.
like. What?
Just halt that. Just halt there for a second.
Go on.
I think this screen share is self-explanatory.
If we could see it properly, I can't really see the text there. We're struggling to see the text on that, Devon.
Okay. Can you see the text now?
Not really. Oh, there it is. Got it. 8.0. It doesn't get any higher than that, does it?
Nope.
Wow.
Feel like a monster.
Well, again, this is the number. Now, I'd like to reiterate. Now,
Yeah,
let me tell you how this
Go
is
ahead.
read. Just to let you know, this is the number that actually matters here. So this is the number that actually matters. This raw T number is the number that they get when they immediately plug it into the computer and they don't have any of the constraints on it.
Okay. Why do
And
they
then-
need constraints?
Because sometimes the this isn't human analysis, this is computer analysis.
Yeah.
So for some storms, the computer might have a weird selection for the center of the storm. It might just get the luckiest center possible. As you can see here, the center temp plus 4.6.
Wow.
You know, the center might just pick a really lucky center and boom, it automatically jumps that rating up. So the adjusted T number is to show with those constraints what happens. I can't remember what the difference between the final and the adjusted is, but you can definitely see here that, you know, I will say even though there has not been a raw T number 8.0 anywhere in the world this year, and I think the only other time that I have seen an 8.0 come up anywhere
Go on.
any storm. This is
Go on.
Haiyan,
Haiyan.
Golfa, whatever. It doesn't matter. The only other storm that I've seen in 8.0 for any of these three numbers or this number would be Cyclone Monica.
Monica. My God.
Monica.
So you're telling us that... Well, are you telling us that this storm is stronger than Haiyan?
No.
No. Well, there's that then. But you're sold it's a Cat 5. Who isn't sold that it's a Cat 5 now?
The National Hurricane Center.
Well, in the chat room, anyone at all? You're all convinced it's a Cat 5. Caesar, Marcel?
Yep. And I
Okay,
think the
here
key
it is.
question is how low will Patricia go in pressure?
Okay, here it goes again. So the raw T number is the actual derived amount without any constraints. Then there's something called Rule 8 constraints, which actually limits the growth or decay of the actual number.
Right.
And that's adjusted T number. And then there are time averaged values of the T number, and that gives you your final T number, and then the actual cyclone intensity number is when they have a Rule 9, and the CI number only goes away if the weakening or rapid dissipation flags are on the system. So the CI equals the final T value unless there's weakening or rapid dissipation on, and this storm's obviously not weakening.
Clearly not.
And
Go on, David.
one question from Carol Sue earlier, asking about Champai and Olaf and possibly a threat to the West Coast. Just wanted to bring up the track for those two.
We're going to take a look at the models very shortly. First of all, there's the latest image from Ghost 13, actually, if that takes your fancy, Devon.
Wow, that makes the storm look very impressive.
Yeah.
Oh, looking very good.
That makes us again just compares the storm to Marie.
Yeah. Let's take a look at SSTs then. Here's where they are on NOAA's OSPO website.
This is, and of course we have based god El Nino going on right now.
Well, here is what's going on. Very warm waters around the equator there, near the international date line, and also exactly where our storm is right now.
We got an update.
Oh.
National Hurricane Center has come out with their intermediate advisory. They have
that was expected. Yeah.
They have strengthened Hurricane Patricia. It is 150 miles an hour.
Oh dear.
So it's reached that 150.
And the pressure right down to 934 millibars there.
Ouch.
Anything else that we can say there? I don't really think there's anything else to mention. Of course, the hurricane warnings remain the same. Yeah. I think the next complete advisory will be very interesting. That's in 3 hours' time. I don't think
it'll be the next complete advisory, but when they actually get the plane into the storm, that's going to be the most interesting part. And I would expect an update at around midnight Central Time.
Well, I won't be here, but if you guys want to do a live event whilst I'm in bed,
that will be one in the morning here, and I think my roommate will object to that.
Yeah, maybe David will do one on his own, being.
Well, I might take that. I'll take that one on notice, and I'll wait for Jason to come on.
I just like to stress that 150 miles an hour is not a Cat 5 yet.
Yes.
Some people.
That's why you heard everybody.
Must be getting closer though.
That's why we acted a bit surprised, didn't we?
What wind speed?
That's why you heard everybody groan at the same time. I saw that. I was like, ooh, new advisory, and it's not a Cat 5.
But it is still a very strong storm, and it probably should be a Category 5. We're looking at it, and you can't tell me it's not a Category 5 looking at it. Anyway, we'll come back to that discussion in a moment. It's the discussion of the night. The sea surface temperatures right now around the storm 30 degrees plus in the eastern Pacific. The Gulf of Mexico, if a storm finds itself there, 28 degrees in the southern half of it, cooling down now on the north coast there, and stretching around the Florida as well. 26 degree waters remain almost as far as the Outer Banks, at least offshore. Around the Bahamas, very warm waters. Around Cuba, Hispaniola, the Greater Antilles, very warm waters around here, 28 degrees plus. Moving east to the Indian Ocean, very warm waters along the coast of India, around 30 degrees or higher. 28 degree waters over the whole of the North Indian Ocean, the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal. Stretching into the South Indian Ocean in some areas too. We may see a storm or two there, not in the not too distant future. The West Pacific, where Champi is right now, temperatures are only about 26, maybe 27 if it's lucky, and those temperatures are going to be cooling down rather soon as well. Where that depression is or was, it's around 26 degrees. The South China Sea, very warm, 30 degrees in one or two little spots. The Philippine Sea, 28 degrees generally, one or two areas a little bit cooler than that. And around the Mariana Islands, all the way along to the international date line, warm waters there, very much sufficient for a tropical storm, or a typhoon, or a paca.
Or a paca.
Packer was.
Here is a
typhoon.
little bit more zoomed in imagery here on Patricia.
Yep, we'll see it.
The resolution won't really let me get any bigger than this, unfortunately. But unless you want to look at a really blurry image.
Yeah, indeed. I'm just trying to get the latest image up from RAM right now, and Devon, this might be of interest to you. Let me show this one on Skype once more. If I can find it, where am I? People on the thingy can see it on the stream. There it is.
Oh, God.
That's the latest imagery from the RAM image.
Unbelievable.
And that just looks like the perfect hurricane, really.
I wouldn't say that.
Well, what would you say?
I see a white swirly dot.
A white swirly dot.
Yes, on a blue screen.
What? Oh. It's not loading for you, is it?
Nope.
Ah, that's a problem. Can anyone else see it right now?
Yes,
Does anyone
I
else
can see
see it?
it.
Oh, hi Lee. You can see it?
Yes, I can see
You
it.
can see my screen share?
Yeah, because
I thought
I'm
you
watching
couldn't.
the YouTube, I'm watching
Oh,
the
you
stream.
What do you think of it, what you're seeing right now?
Oh, I think it's very, very impressive. I think I can't find where they ended, but it's just,
Yeah.
it's impressive, it really is.
Alright, let me read out some more comments, unless David wants to do that. Okay, I will. Carol Sumi says, I think they need to rename it Patricia.
I don't get it.
I've no idea. Later they changed it to Patricia. Patricia.
I disapprove of this comment.
Caesar, are you here?
Yes,
Cedar
I'm here.
game.
Tell us what you think about the storm. You're going to record it this weekend, are you? I've seen you post in the comments there.
Yes, maybe some rain bands can take place, and actually 44 millimeters of rain is forecast for this Saturday.
Are you not tempted to go to the landfall zone and be a storm chaser?
No, I don't have any. I don't have time.
Do you want a brick balcony falling on you?
Oh yeah, that does sound good.
Have you seen that video?
I'm not sure.
I gotta find that and show it to you because it's quite the impressive thing. Patricia, with its upgrade to 130 knots, has now upgraded it to an upper end stage 6 cyclone on the CDPS. So that's going to be a severe hurricane now. Let me look for a comparable storm in the Atlantic.
Sounds like a mini
Oh,
crisis at David's place.
Oh!
What?
I don't think that's a good comparison.
Carol says, anyone here from Mexico? Caesar, you're from Mexico.
Yes, I'm from Mexico.
And you're still in Mexico.
Yes.
What's the, do you know anything about what the feel is there right now about this storm? Is anyone concerned?
Well, actually, the alert levels in Colima and Michoacán are in the maximum level.
Yeah.
They are preparing and they are taking all the cares or precautions. I don't know how it's pronounced or called, but
You got it.
yes, they will be concerned because Patricia, it will be a very, very dangerous storm, and actually it's a very weird place for a hurricane impact in that zone.
Yeah. All right.
I would like to say right now I have found a comparable storm in the Atlantic, although I think this is a horrible comparison, but the closest storm that I could find is Hurricane
Harvey
Ike.
Bay. About
David, hello? What are you yabbering on about?
I apologise. I was just chatting in the background. I left the microphone open.
Yes, you did, didn't you? Yes.
I got caught out.
Sorry, Devon. Continue.
Hurricane Ike, when it made its first landfall in Cuba, is probably the most comparable to this storm right now.
Oh wow, yeah.
Patricia.
Here's the latest from one of NOAA's satellites in full colour of the storm.
The other two storms that are rated very close is Hurricane Irene when it was going through the Bahamas.
Oh yeah.
2011, and Hurricane Bertha of 1996 when it made landfall in North Carolina.
Devon, any thoughts on this?
No, I see a swirly dot.
Oh, for God's sake. Why are you still seeing a swirly dot? Right, well...
Because you need to stop giving me swirlies, Nathan.
I'm sorry, I can't help that. Let's try that again. Hopefully it'll load this time. There's the latest image from NASA. Showing in true colour what the storm looks like there from its... I think that one was the Aqua satellite.
Okay. I see nothing.
Ah. Well...
Okay, leave it up. Do you have it up on the live stream right now?
Yes, it's there, it's there.
Okay, I don't know how long it needs to be up on the live stream, but I'll tell you what I see. I see Worldview in the upper left-hand corner.
That's the one.
Okay, yeah, that is, it's a bit washed out for me to make a good judgment.
Yeah, it is, I'm afraid.
That does look very impressive. That is a very impressive storm. This is a very impressive storm here.
And here's the earlier view from today. Blocked by a black line.
Hold on.
Crazy.
I have to wait.
Oh, you'll be waiting a minute to see that. Don't worry. I'm not going to let you. I'm not going to let you see a black line. Right. Let's move on to the models, shall we? Because I've got the models ready right here. The CMC. First of all, everyone else can see this, right?
Oh, there's the black line.
Yeah. He's playing catch up here.
Kerry Shinova says it looks like a mini Haiyan. I don't think so. I disagree with that statement.
Everyone can see the models, can they?
Yes.
It looks like, well, you can see Patricia on there looking very, very weak. Even okay, it is the 12 Zulu. That's the latest one, I'm afraid. But
garbage in, garbage out, Nathan.
Yeah, let's see what the CMC says about everything else that goes on, first of all. We'll look at the other models shortly. You can see that landfall there from Patricia, pretty much what we expect. Olaf, and another storm behind Patricia there, actually, making landfall in the same place as a weak tropical depression by the looks of things. There's Olaf heading... Sorry?
Just to say right now, I might have to mute my mic. There's some person out there with a rather loud speaker that might be playing some rather loud music.
Okay. A tropical storm out at sea there in the East Pacific. What's left of Olaf actually diving back south there. That's an interesting one. And another tropical storm affecting, if I'm not mistaken, the...
What was a good explosive?
Chiapas area of Mexico, if not Oaxaca. Yeah, I was looking at the East Pacific first, but let's take a look now at what happens in the Atlantic, those who weren't looking at the Atlantic.
I did see a massive low with the UK.
But first of all, it appears that Patricia actually gives birth to a tropical storm in the Atlantic that makes landfall in Louisiana as a significant tropical storm, a massive low pressure system headed for the UK and Ireland, a possible tropical storm in the central Atlantic as well, but I don't think so. And a huge, look at that huge low pressure system hitting Ireland, and some other low pressure systems out in the Atlantic there, not sure whether they're tropical or not. Well, that's a CMC, which is quite often unrealistic. So let's take a look at the ECMWF. You can see... Okay, let's see what happens here. There's what looks like an Atlantic tropical storm passing by Bermuda. Another tropical storm there in the Gulf. That's again come from Patricia there on day 4 and 5. and that makes landfall in Louisiana again as a significant tropical storm, it appears. And what's left of Olaf doesn't go anywhere near the US or Mexico or anywhere. Look at that huge low pressure over Iceland at day 10. High versus low there. Look at that. But that is 10 days out, so that might not happen. GFDL, let's see what the 12 Zulus said on Patricia. Probably won't say it's... Well, there's the landfall. Oh, hold on. There's the landfall at 142 miles an hour. And that's category 4. It could be stronger than that now. But as for location, that's just before the little turn, I think, on the coastline. I think that might be Colima that makes landfall there. If not, it's close. The GFS, this one is the most up to date, so I've been most interested to see what the GFS says about this. It's actually skirting the coast there and surviving that little bit longer, Patricia. Barely makes a landfall at all. Looks more like a Manuel track. And then in the Atlantic we have, yes, there's that system forming just off the coast of Texas and becoming a significant tropical storm, maybe even a hurricane, before making landfall in Louisiana, possibly stalling offshore and weakening there. That doesn't look good. A significant extratropical cyclone hitting Ireland, but not that significant. Olaf, what's left of Olaf, moving towards the northeast, then gets lost and the high pressure surrounds it, and then it's sort of pushed towards the west. All confusing. So I think what we've garnered from that so far is that we need to be watching around Texas here for a possible tropical development soon, because many of the models are on board with this. The HWRF for Patricia says a landfall in that same area only as a Cat 1. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think it could be stronger than that. And then moves inland, and HWRF says that what does form in the Atlantic will be directly from Patricia, and it doesn't look like much to me according to the HWRF model. And finally the NavGem, before we bore everyone to death.
Guys.
Yes. Guys?
I think now Patricia is 150 miles per hurricane.
Okay. The NavGem says
I think now
that Patricia won't actually... again. Yes, that is true. The NHC have confirmed that, don't worry. You can see the NavGem is the only one that says that Patricia won't actually make landfall, but it will pass very close to the Mexican coast and then make landfall further north. What area is that, Cesar? Is that Sinaloa?
Actually, I can see.
Anyway, and that skims the coast of Texas there as well, and moves into Louisiana. So pretty much every single model there, except the HWRF, we couldn't see from GFDL, inconclusive, is predicting something in the Gulf of Mexico in the next 5 days. So that is absolutely something to watch out for, because usually when you get unanimous agreement pretty much there, it most likely happens, but who knows. But that's what the models say, guys.
So, I think that Patricia is going to be a very strong storm, a very dangerous strait for a very dangerous.
Very dangerous for Mexico, yes.
Yes, it's very dangerous.
Indeed.
Now I'm shaking.
Why?
Okay.
I'm getting scared about that hurricane.
And from
Well,
the
now Patricia
audience,
Yes.
Hank has posted insane rainfall. Patricia is sending insane amounts of moisture and can bring up to 18 inches of rain at my location in Texas.
And I guess that's not a good thing.
I think... Go on, Nathan.
Texas doesn't want any rain right now, does it?
I think
so.
Texas is very, very concerned at what's unfolding. And they had flooding yesterday.
Oh, really? Just yesterday?
Yeah, they had six cars caught in flood water Odessa. I think it was Odessa.
Right, I have no idea where that is, unfortunately. We don't have any Texans here either.
No. Nathan,
Yes.
if you're able to see this, this is the latest
Yeah.
visible imagery out. And
Yeah.
I think this might be of interest, taking a look at it from the RB top imagery.
Do you have any microwave imagery, perhaps?
Sure, just
That
give
one
me
might be
5
interesting
minutes.
to see.
Just give me 5 minutes and I'll put this imagery in the microwave.
And out will come the imagery.
Yes.
Oh, look at that. That's very interesting.
That is the RB top imagery.
No, that's just RB.
Oh, that's just RB. There's the RB top.
Yeah.
Looking very impressive here,
Yikes.
but this is not the impressive part. Take a look at this.
Go on. Dvorak. Oh, goodness.
Huh. That is basically a perfect circle right there. You've got the black cloud tops. They'll
much,
probably be
yeah.
completely around the eye.
When's the
next
when's the
frame.
next satellite update due on your data things?
Let's find out.
I actually ought to update
Nothing
the text
to
on
on
Patricia there
for.
because it actually is 150 miles an hour
Yeah.
and 934.
150 miles an hour. I mean, this is just an absolutely amazing storm. Looks unbelievable on satellite imagery. That's basically unbelievable in general. This storm really kind of blew up out of nowhere, and this is going to go. This is going to definitely go down as one of the most rapidly intensifying storms of all time. That's not just in the East Pac either. This is probably worldwide.
Did it beat Wilma?
I'm saying one of the fastest.
So it didn't. What about Forest?
Well, Forrest was faster than Wilma, from what
Was
I
it?
understand.
Oh, good lord.
I think
Those are
Wilma.
the only two I can think of, sorry.
I think Wilma dropped. I think it was 87 millibars in 24 hours, and
Nice.
Forrest was close to 95, I believe.
Oh my god. Crazy storms. Sorry, choking there. But
I'll right now.
that happens every so often with the right conditions. You get things like these.
As Typhoon Forest, 92 millibars in 24 hours.
Oh, goodness. David, any comments for us right now?
Not yet. I'm just going back through them.
Pardon me. Caesar, are you still here?
Yes, I'm still here.
Have you got any more opinions about the storm or anything else that's going on around the world right now? Anything that you'd like to pick up on?
This shows Wilma dropping
Well-
100 millibars in 30 hours.
Well, I think I can be. I forgot the word. Sorry. I agree with the opinion of Devon about the fastest deepening in the world. I think of Patricia because
One of.
in only
Not
well
fast.
in only 2 days now Patricia is very close to be a Category 5 storm, and
I'm pretty sure 36 hours ago this was only a depression.
No
6
idea.
hours ago it was only a Category 2 storm, I think.
I have this question
But
Yes.
to Caesar. What's the local media reporting Patricia?
Sort of touched
30
on that before.
36,
Sorry.
36 hours ago, Tropical Storm Patricia was at a strength of 35 knots.
Ouch.
24
Wow.
24 hours ago, Hurricane Patricia, currently 24, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I'm sorry. 24 hours ago, Hurricane Patricia was at 50 knots.
60 miles an hour. 24 hours ago. So that's gone up, well, nearly 100 miles an hour in that time.
Now let me actually. Now hold on. Now I'm going to compare intermediate advisories. It's gone from. Oh, get this. This is certainly very fast. It's deepened apparently 60 millibars in the past 24 hours.
Oh, crazy.
It's gone from 65 miles an hour 24 hours ago to 150 miles an hour right now.
All right.
And
Dave?
here's this question from Carey. Will Patricia rival Kapu in fast intensification before landfall?
That's difficult to compare, really, isn't it?
That's very difficult to compare, and I don't know if we'll have a good answer. It depends. Almost certainly it will reach its peak before landfall, I will tell you that.
Yeah.
Because there are very tall mountains in Mexico right along the shore that will dissipate the strength of the hurricane before it even gets to land. But it's not going to totally dissipate the storm. It might only weaken a storm of this strength. It might only weaken it maybe 5-10 miles an hour, and that's it.
Gosh.
and
Oh my.
5-10 miles an hour out of 170 is not a lot.
No, not at all. Well, guys, I think we're going to wrap up the show very soon. So, is there anything else that you'd like to add before we end here?
Sure.
Okay, go ahead.
The raw T numbers for Patricia are still showing 8.0, and finally, they have adjusted the adjusted T number up to 6.1. So I'm fairly confident that they're probably going to jack this number up in the next 6 hours. It's gonna be very interesting to see what happens here. This is a very strong system. I honestly can't believe what's going on with this storm. This is
mad.
next level crap going on here.
Well, Force
Weather
13...
channel on Twitter said it should
Sorry?
become a Cat 5.
What do you say?
Okay.
I'm saying the weather channel on Twitter are also saying a Cat 5 is definitely happening with
Okay.
it.
Well,
So-
anyways, before we go off the air, I would just like to reiterate what the watches and warnings are, just real quick before we go off
Yeah,
here.
of course, go ahead.
Okay. The hurricane warnings are in effect. This means that you are likely to see 64-mile-an-hour winds, or about 100 and some kilometer-per-hour winds, close to 100. Let me actually do that right now. 103 kilometer-per-hour winds are going to be sustained for at least 1 minute within 24 hours.
What
So
did you
you'll-
say? Sorry?
If you're underneath a hurricane warning, you're going to experience 103 kilometer-per-hour winds within 24 hours.
Okay.
Hurricane warnings are currently in effect from San Blas, Mexico to Punta Santelma, Mexico. And there are hurricane watches and tropical storm warnings. Hurricane watches mean that within a period of 36 hours, that's a day and a half, in a period of 36 hours, you're likely to see 103 kilometer-per-hour winds.
Okay.
And 60 kilometer-per-hour winds are expected.
You're working it out in your head every time, aren't you?
Kind of. And 60 kilometer-per-hour winds is expected within 24 hours. So hurricane watches are in effect from Punta Santelma to Lázaro Cárdenas.
All right. Well, that's it from us tonight. We will be back. Well, I'll be back with another update very soon indeed. I'll be on the main channel, of course, doing some more. Just doing a recorded update on the storm. That will be at the next advisory, which is just 3 hours away, less than that. So in about 3 hours there'll be another update on the Force 13 channel. You can also stay up to date on Facebook and Twitter. Search Force 13, all in text. So you'll find out latest information on there. Myself, David, and many other people are updating those mediums. And the next live event is going to be sometime tomorrow. Not sure exactly when. It's probably going to be during the day. It's going to be an early one because I won't be here in the evening. And I won't be here for a long time after that as well, actually.
Kerry would like to know who is leading Predictus Season 2015.
In short, haven't got a clue. That'll take a lot of working out at the end of the year. I'm far too busy working on other things for the time being, I'm afraid. But guys, thanks for being part of the show tonight, and we wish everyone in Mexico the best for this storm.
Everyone is asking you to please not leave.
Oh, we've got to go. We've got to go.
How about another live broadcast?
We will be doing another live broadcast. It's probably going to end up being around 2 p.m. UTC. I hope, but I don't know whether we can do that time or not. But
you know that won't be confusing.
I will not be able to do.
Yeah, I know it's early in America, but that's the best I'll be able to do on a live event. You guys can do a live event on Force 13 Extra, or even on here if you ask Jason. But that's the best I can offer as a host. Sorry.
I can do 1 p.m. UTC.
Well, hey, we'll obviously post about it on Facebook and wherever else before the show starts, so you'll know when we're going live. But from us, the team at Force 13 HQ, that's all from us for now. Goodbye.
Oh,
Cheers.
wait.
Bye bye, people.
Project
Thank you for being with
Project
us.
coming out with a comment saying I want Hudson.
Excellent. Oh my god.